this was born from the rallying culture. You know, the off-road, the all-weathers, snow, sun. You know, anything you've got, this car can handle it.
The tires have got plenty of life. Sorry, I won't push it too much, but just enough. Hello, welcome to Invictus Motors. I've got our tech and our sales guy Kyle here, and yeah, welcome on board, Kyle. It's Kyle's second day, and yesterday was actually his first day down at the dealership. So we throw him in at the deep end a little bit, just in terms of prepping the Subaru WRX. And I'll actually just let Kyle talk through this car, but before he does, just to kind of give you a little bit of an overview on this Subaru WRX. This is a 2006 plate. This is a one owner from new, and it's got like a whack load of invoices, 19 services in total. And when it came to us, we found some surface rust. We found that the rear brakes needed doing, including the exhaust system. But I think it's best that Kyle actually talks through it. So Kyle, why don't you just tell us what you found yesterday and what you've done with it?
What we've done a full underseal underneath, cleaned it all down, jet washed it, full of seal. The exhaust from turbo back is pretty much rotten. They do suffer, so we've put a brand new 3.5-inch stainless steel system all the way through.
I guess this is all the undersealing you have done, isn't it?
It's all the undersealing, front to back.
I mean, this is just right in here. You can actually see that this stainless steel exhaust system is going all the way up to the turbo. And if you're wondering what the old exhaust system looked like, this is actually the old exhaust system, all rotting away essentially. So the old exhaust system being on the floor, this is now the new stainless steel exhaust system. And shout out to the company Gravity Performance for creating the stainless steel exhaust system. And just, Kyle, why don't you actually talk about the fine workmanship? So if anybody's looking to replace their exhaust system on their Subaru, maybe just talk about the fine workmanship that these guys have carried out.
Hats off to Gravity Performance. I mean, the workmanship in this exhaust system is phenomenal. The welds, everything is plug and play. Everything bolts up beautiful. They give you spare baffles. So what this does is an extra. You can bolt it in the exhaust and it just quietens it down for daily use. Going through, this is actually an adapter plate, I believe, for the non-turbo. So they've given you both options. As I say, it's absolutely brilliant. Everything went up lovely. There was no need for modifications.
So for them to actually consider giving you the adapter plate for the non-turbo, so if you've got the naturally aspirated, whereas this is the turbocharged.
I've never really seen that from a company before. Normally you have to, you know.
I mean, yeah, again, credit to them. And just to kind of show you the box that it came with, this is the big box, and these are the gasket seals,
That's
isn't it?
Spare gaskets for that extra
and
for
then
that pipe.
All the nuts and bolts, everything was provided. This is the box it came with, Gravity Performance. That's their website, gravityperformance.co.uk. Massive shout out to them. And everything was packaged really, really well. You could see the foam, etc. So if you're a bit of a Subaru fan, if you're a Subaru fan or you own a Subaru or you're thinking of getting a Subaru, then definitely think about upgrading the exhaust system to the Gravity Performance exhaust system. We're actually not being paid by them, so if they do want to donate to a charity, considering we're actually promoting their product, the link is in the description below. We will forward this video to Gravity Performance. And I mean, just every nook and cranny of it in terms of undersealing it, because there was a lot of surface rust, as you could see. All of it has all been addressed and carried out. And now onto the brakes. Do you want to sort of talk us through the brakes? Yeah. I mean, it's got new discs.
I'll show you the original brakes just so we can see how bad they were. As an example, this is one of the old discs, just where it's been sitting. Old brake pads. Yeah. So we've put brand new performance discs, pads on the rear. We've cleaned all the handbrake shoes inside. But yeah, it's phenomenal car. And
everything sort of iron greased as well, isn't it? Just to make sure that in the future, if anybody's going to be doing any sort of brakes replacement in the next 5-6 years to come,
that it will come apart with ease.
So it's important to actually acknowledge and appreciate them for what they are and not just do sort of like a job and that's the end of it. is to actually think about the lifespan of the next person in 5 years' time working on a car like this.
But with these, they don't actually come undersealed from factory.
Yeah.
So when they come over, they're bare metal underneath.
Yeah.
So they do get a bit of surface rust.
Yeah.
But with us undersealing the whole lot underneath now, it's protected from all weathers.
So, and I guess all the fittings worked out really well.
Absolutely
all the
beautiful.
finer detail. I mean, here it worked out really well. And then obviously the sensors. This is the
Oxygen sensor.
Oxygen sensor. So the oxygen sensors went right in. There's no engine light whatsoever either.
No engine management lights. Did take it for a good drive yesterday, and it drove really well.
Yeah. So I think what we want to be doing next is lowering it down a little bit. We'll show the engine bay, maybe show the rest of the car from above and take it out for a test drive.
Beautiful.
Now onto the sort of outside of the car. I mean, this is the front of our dealership, and I've done this video sort of the wrong way around, but I think a lot of people that want to buy one of these is very important. I'm sure you would agree to this, Kyle. It's very important that it's on the ramp and that the underneath is shown and that the essential parts of this car are done properly. Shall we open up the hood and just kind of give them a little bit of a guided tour? You could sort of guide us through when you're trying to connect to the turbo, the exhaust system.
What to do, get into the turbo to put the downpipe on, get to remove all the intercooler. So we've had all this stripped out, inspected while it's off. Checked all the boost pipes, everything really nice, very clean. It's one of these engines that's untouched, and that's the beauty of it. For a mechanic, it's all original, it's not been played with, and it's just perfect. Yeah. It's really nice.
That is exactly what you would want, isn't it, on one of these cars? And so these kind of things, they're to be expected. And then if you sort of come around the rest of the vehicle, you find that very small ding where somebody's probably opened a door in the car park with it. And then what you find on the rear, same thing. How would you describe this? The paint sort of, I guess that's the sun.
Sort of pitting, it's lacquer peel. So all it is, where it's sitting in the sun and the age, the lacquer comes off. But a good sort of flat back, bit of lacquer, it'll come out like new.
And we'll obviously put some fresh new number plates on it as well. And I think we're kind of in the process of finding
new rear brake light,
a new rear brake light. So in terms of the price, it's listed at the 11,890. I'm sure, you know, if we can allow for a bit of flexibility, if somebody wants to take it as is, you know, we can allow for that flexibility. But I think once we get the paint work done, we're probably firm on that price. But if you are looking for something classic, you know,
nostalgic, it's an icon. You know, Subaru, along with Mitsubishi, they changed the rally industry, and
and something that's not been sort of molested. You know, this is a completely unmolested car, and it's rare to find.
All original.
Do you want to rev the car a little bit so they could hear what a phenomenal exhaust it is? It makes me smile. It produces that really nice bark to it, isn't it?
It's got the, especially when you're driving as well. When you hear it driving, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But you have got, of course, the baffle, so if you can quiet it down.
What a difference it makes. And if you come onto the inside, the interior is very normal of the sports cars from the 2000s, all fabric, but these are the proper, almost bucket seats like cars that you found in the early 2000 sports cars, and that's exactly what it has. I'm going to let Kyle now be the driver. The inside is very neat and tidy as well. This is the inside, again, completely untouched. So we're now on to the test drive side of things with this. From my experience when I drove this car, I found that the clutch was a little bit stiff, but you took it home last night.
Took it home, took it for a little drive. Whilst it was on the ramp as well, looped all the gearbox components, prop shaft, checked it all over. So bit of use, and it's really sort of picked up. Very tight, all the suspensions, there's no sort of play. Sort of for an older car, sometimes you can feel or hear it. I mean, there's nothing.
There's nothing really there, but again, you know, I'm learning interesting things from you, such as obviously lubricating the not the suspension, but the gearbox components, the prop shaft, and making sure a car like this is given the love and the respect that it deserves. And I think yesterday when we were talking about treating cars with the love that it deserves, because it will repay you back.
Especially when you're into your cars, when you've got it as a passion.
Yeah.
You sort of you treat a car as if it's a human in a way.
Yeah.
You know, you look after it, and it gives you that factor, that thrill.
So the very first day this arrived, I was so excited to get it onto the road and actually put it through its paces. Yeah, let's hit that.
Gear change effortless.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And the burbles that you get, obviously this being turbocharged, but what the exhaust does to it, again, big shout out to Gravity Performance. The workmanship, the value that you get in terms of the exhaust system, phenomenal value for money. I mean, if you're wanting to buy a similar exhaust system for a Porsche 911, it's going to cost you, £4,000 or £5,000 to supply and fit it. Whereas on a Subaru, you're looking at £1,000 or £1,500. And what I realized from the performance figures, just a little bit on it, 2006 plate, it's got the 2.5 litre single turbo, isn't it? Single turbocharged engine. I mean, you get a lot of power out of this car. 266 bhp, believe it or not. 420 newton meters of torque, and a top speed of 143 miles per hour, and a 0 to 62 miles per hour possible in 5.9 seconds.
And that is shared with permanent four-wheel drive system.
Yeah.
So you've got drive on each corner of the car. You've got the stability.
Yeah. So when it's a bit wet, don't worry too much, because you're safe with the four-wheel drive system. And this is something that somebody could daily, every single day, for, yeah, I'll let you open it up.
The power response is within seconds. Is phenomenal on the pedal.
Kyle, if it's okay with you, can I drive it back? With a car like this, you don't need a lot of bhp or a bigger engine.
It's got the power there. It's a brilliant as a daily as well. It's not one of these cars that you need to keep garaged.
Yeah.
It's
It's just really, for me, it's entertaining to actually drive one of these. Drop it down a gear, and just hearing that exhaust, that nice burble to it. That when you accelerate, you get these.
you can feel it pulling you back in the
Yeah.
seat. But you've got the comfort of the original bucket seats as well.
Yeah.
So you're secure. You're in place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, with the original, sports bucket seats, it just was that something that was standard, because it's not something that I've seen in all the Subarus.
No, a lot of them. I mean, these are sort of two-tone colour as well.
Yeah.
So from factory, it most likely was an optional extra
Yeah.
to get the matching interior.
Mm-hmm. What I love is that proper scoop on the bonnet scoop. This is something you don't get on cars nowadays, do you? Because
You don't get the curves, the lines of the car. It's very iconic. It stands out.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people that modify these off-road pickup trucks. No, the pickup trucks. They'll put the fake bonnet scoop, and to actually have something that is there, fit for purpose. That's going to do the job that it needs it to do.
This was born from the rallying culture. The off-road, the all-weathers, snow, sun. Anything you've got, this car can handle it.
The tires have got plenty of life. Sorry, I won't push it too much, but just enough. Yeah. That stiffness that I was talking about on the clutch, it's not there.
It's gone.
Yeah. I think it's probably just the use, isn't it? The fact that the car's been just parked and sitting for quite some time. Is there anything else you'd like to cover?
I think whoever's the lucky owner of this one is really getting a beautiful example of a Subaru. I can't find any faults with it.
Agreed. Well,
the age and the mileage is very rare.
It speaks for itself right now. 44,825 miles. But I mean, thank you very much for actually watching the video. We earn out of YouTube. I mean, on average, this channel probably does about £200, £220 a month that we donate to a UK registered charity called Noble Connection. So we sponsor about, through the charity, we sponsor about 120 orphans in Afghanistan, and then obviously buying supplies for girls to go school, for boys to go school, and then we do sort of food packages, and just trying to do our bit back for society, because that's where I'm from. So yeah, thank you for watching the videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and perhaps share your experience of the Subaru or of the Subaru WRX that you might own. So thank you.